All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to cover not only price, but a key factor that you have to combine with price to find optimal trades, and that is time. Time and price go hand in hand. And so we're not going to show you only how and why, but when. And knowing when to take trades is extremely important. So for this example, we're going to show you the New York AM session, specifically between 9 and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so this is an area in price where we likely hunt liquidity. And so I need you to pay attention for when I say this. Leading up to these sessions, like the New York AM session, like the London session, like the PM session, leading up to these sessions, typically what we do is we generate liquidity that will be hunted throughout these sessions. And so this is why time and price go together and why time is extremely important. You want to find the generated liquidity that leads into this session and then look for when price will likely hunt it. And that occurs in this window. So if we mark the time zone here, the window of time, here is your 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. period of time. What do we have leading into this? Leading into the session, that is clear. Where have we generated liquidity? And that's what I want you to look for. Well, number one, we have equal highs formed here, relative equal highs, and then we have equal highs formed here. So already you can see heading into this session, we formed equal highs here above. We generated liquidity to the upside. And so these are draws that price can return to in this session. And so you are to pay attention to this. And so you see now we're heading into this session here. And we look to see what happens at market open. And look at this right here. You see, look at market open. What do? We manipulate to this sell side level, sweep sell side liquidity, and then begin to head to those equal highs. This is generated liquidity. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 highs that could be hunted as draws for price to gravitate towards in this period of time. Between this here. This is the session where price will likely hunt that liquidity that was generated pre-AM session. And so if you look here, look where price gravitates towards. And so as you can see, in this period of time, this is the window where price will likely hunt that liquidity. And so you get that sweep of liquidity here. And now you have the generated liquidity, like here, that must be hunted. And there is no better time than during this window. So if you go in the lower time frame, you can find the entry. And so as you see, we have the direction here clearly defined here. This is what it is, sweep of sell side right here, and here we go. We form this bullish gap here that gets tapped into after sweeping sell side, move to the upside, retest this fair value gap with clear draws above. Look at this generated liquidity. Look when we enter the session, what happens now? We generated liquidity heading into the session, we manipulate, sweep sell side, and then go and hunt all of this liquidity to the upside. And so this is how you combine time and price, because you could look for opportunities to go long here, but it's not the optimal time. Time and price go together. And so knowing that we're in this window from 9 to 11 a.m. where price will likely hunt that liquidity, look at the difference in the way price delivers. Generating highs. We're not taking any highs. Generating. Oh, we're in that window, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Market open, sweep sell side, boom, let's go hunt all of that liquidity. All of these highs. Damage has to be done to the upside. This is the window where we do it. Bang, let's go hunt it. And it does that every single day. All right, so here's another example of how you can incorporate time and price. They go hand in hand together. This example, we're going to use the London session as our example. So time and price. I look for these set up between 3 to 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is this example using time and price, 3 to 5 a.m. EST. In between that period of time, you can look for these setups. What do you notice price is doing time and time again here? Well, price is taking out highs over and over, as you can see here. I'll break it down. This high was taken here. This high was taken. This high, this high. They were all taken. So we're constantly taking highs. And look, low 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To this point, 5 lows left behind on the 15-minute time frame. So there is liquidity here to the downside that we have not taken out. And we keep taking the highs time and time again. So in this session, this is the point in time where you can expect price to potentially make a sweep and reverse and come to some of these lows. So we're going to observe what this does now in this period of time here. Price comes, sweeps this high here. So we got a sweep of buy side liquidity right here. And what you want to ask yourself is, all right, number one, is time in accordance with price? Yes, we're in that period of time. We're in that session. Number two, is there any objectives to either the upside or the downside? Any low resistance liquidity, lots of lows, lots of highs? Is there any targets in price that we can look at? Equal highs, equal lows, whatever it may be. And the answer is yes. There are lows here that we can come take out. So there are objectives to the downside we can look for. And so once that is there, you look for your confirmations. We got a 15-minute sweep of liquidity here. And then from that point, you look to see if you can get a setup. And so immediately off the bat, price, off the sweep of liquidity, inverses this gap right here. We form this bearish gap right here. This could be an entry if it gets retested. And then what are we noticing to this point? We form another bearish gap right here. This is a minor gap, but why is this a valid entry? Well, look, we have this gap right now to this point. That's a breakaway gap, inverse this gap here. And we have, look at these objectives to the downside. Look at these low, 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 equal lows here, all that have gone untouched. And so you can enter off the test of this gap. And you can put your stop above 3 PD arrays like that, or stop above the high, whichever one it may be, whichever one you prefer. It's around an over 2 to 1 R here. And so utilizing time and price. Now we're in that period of time where price is likely to run. You get the confirmations in price. And instead, you see leading into the session, we're generating liquidity. And now in that session, we're going to start to distribute, more likely than not. So you look to see what price does to this point. There's our entry, and you target the opposing liquidity right here. So let's see what price does to this point. And there we go. So around 43 points in the London session using this model here in itself, but the model must be paired with time. And so knowing that, hey, we're in this session, we've generated lots of liquidity that has to be taken out. Are we likely going to take it out in this period of time while you're in the London session? Yes, there's a good chance. So if I get the confirmations, hey, I will take a setup. And you do this over and over again, combining time and price. All right, so here's another example of combining time and price using that New York AM session once more. The key window is between 9 and 11 a.m. So here we mark it out, 9 a.m. right here. Here we are. And then 11 a.m. is right here. So typically in this period of time, right here, you're going to get the hunt of that liquidity. So let's look what price does leading into this session. What does price do to this point?
When it comes to remote work, every second counts. You're checking your email during homework time.
Well, look what we start doing here heading into this session right here. What does price form right here at 8 a.m., 7 to 8 a.m. here? We form equal highs above right here. So we have generated liquidity here to the upside. Price did not sweep that high on the 15-minute here. Price did not sweep it. Instead, it formed equal highs here alongside several highs here that we could come take out. And so heading into this AM session now, what do we notice price has done? We have sell side right here that price can come take out. Heading into that time window where you can find optimal trades to take. So now we have the potential sweep here. We have draws to the upside that we can come tap into. Okay, do we get that heading into this session? So time and price go hand in hand. We're not in that session yet, so there is no trade to take to this point. And now we finally enter that session. And what do you see price begin to do? Now we're in that session. What do we do here? Price sweeps sell side right here, sweeps this low if you look. Price sweeps this low right here. We go below it, sweep, reverse, break structure, inverse this bearish gap here, form this bullish gap here that can be a breakaway gap potentially, and retest the inverse gap here. There you can take an entry, stop below the low, and target those equal highs above. Because we're in that period of time where we're going to hunt liquidity. And so we have equal highs there, and look how many highs we have above as well. So we have objectives to the upside. And we're in that period of time where price will likely draw. So now everything is met. We have the draw, we have the confirmations, and we're in that period of time where price will likely gravitate there. And so let's see what price does here now to this point. And so as you can see, we're gravitating and we go and take those equal highs. Again, in that window of time where price is likely to draw, you take advantage of a move like this, 160 points nearly to those equal highs. And look, generated liquidity, hunt this low here, and then go hunt the equal highs here. and potentially go beyond it to hunt more highs. And that's what we do. And now we go hunt the highs above as well. Because you're in that period of time where price is going to do damage and it carries through. And so you have your target set, you combine time with price, you get your optimal entry, you get your optimal targets. And that's how you utilize not only what price is telling you, because we're not looking for trades in this period of time here, we're looking for trades in this window. And so you get the confirmations, but more importantly, you're in that period of time where price is likely to make the move. So you know that it's valid. And so this is how you take advantage of not only price, but time as well to your advantage. So I wish you good luck, good trading, and take care, everybody.